Hello Internet, welcome to Game Theory. Today, we are diving headfirst into the shadows, into the whispers and the rumors surrounding Capcom's latest bombshell, Resident Evil 9 Requiem. The recent trailer dropped at Summer Game Fest has sent the entire community into a complete tailspin, and for very good reason. It gave us our first proper look at what's coming, and honestly, it has left us with far more questions than answers. The atmosphere in the footage was incredibly thick with dread, a heavy oppressive feeling that clung to every single frame. It was dark, it was gritty, it was everything we secretly hoped for in a new Resident Evil title, promising a return to true survival horror. The trailer painted a grim and haunting picture for us all to dissect. We saw glimpses of familiar yet utterly devastated streets. This was not just any city. This was the ghost of Raccoon City, a location that holds so much history and trauma for the franchise. The familiar landmarks were there, but they were twisted into nightmarish versions of their former selves, reclaimed by decay and something far more sinister. The level of detail was simply staggering, with crumbling buildings, burnt-out cars, and an eerie silence that was only broken by the distant, chilling moans of unseen horrors. It felt less like a simple return, and more like a final, sorrowful pilgrimage to a place that should have stayed buried deep in our memories. This setting choice is incredibly deliberate and powerful. Raccoon City isn't just a backdrop, it's a character in its own right, a symbol of where the nightmare truly began for so many of our beloved heroes. Bringing us back here, especially for a game titled Requiem, feels like Capcom is preparing to close a major chapter in the series' sprawling narrative. A requiem is a mass for the dead, a final act of remembrance. So, who or what is this requiem for? Is it for the city itself, a final goodbye to the ashes of the past? Or is it for something or someone much more personal to us, the players who have followed this story for decades? The trailer carefully guided our eyes through this post-apocalyptic urban wasteland. We saw new enemy types, creatures more grotesque and terrifying than we could have imagined, lurking in the shadows of the ruins. We saw hints of a new protagonist, their face obscured, navigating the treacherous environment with a sense of desperate urgency. But amidst all this new information, the trailer was also notable for what it chose not to show. Key figures were conspicuously absent from the action, and this has only served to fuel the fires of speculation. Capcom has masterfully given us just enough to be utterly captivated, while holding its most important cards very close to its chest, leaving us to wonder what horrors truly await in 2025. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, or rather, the heroic floppy-haired secret agent who is nowhere to be seen. I am, of course, talking about Leon S. Kennedy. Throughout the entire action-packed trailer for Resident Evil 9 Requiem, there was not a single confirmed shot of him, not a whisper of his name, not a glimpse of his iconic jacket. This complete and utter silence from Capcom is deafening. For a character who has become one of the central pillars of the entire franchise, his absence is a glaring omission that simply cannot be an accident. It's a calculated move, designed to make us ask the very question we are all now screaming, where is Leon? This lack of official confirmation has created a vacuum, and the fan community has rushed to fill it with a whirlwind of theories, each more worrying than the last. The most prominent and heart-wrenching of these rumors is the idea that Requiem will be Leon's final adventure. The theory suggests that he will make the ultimate sacrifice to end the threat that has haunted him since his very first day on the job as a rookie cop in Raccoon City. It's a poetic but devastating idea. The very city that started his journey into darkness could also be the place where his long and difficult fight finally comes to an end, a tragic full-circle moment. The speculation is not without its supposed evidence, however flimsy it might be. Some fans claim to have spotted a figure in the trailer who bears a striking resemblance to Leon, seen in a sacrificial pose during a chaotic explosion. Others point to the title itself. A requiem for the series' most popular character would be a bold and unforgettable way to mark the franchise's 30th anniversary. It would be a moment that would redefine the series for years to come, sending shockwaves through the entire gaming world. But as it stands, Capcom has neither confirmed nor denied any of these heart-stopping rumors, leaving us all in a state of anxious suspense. This ambiguity is torturous. We are left to piece together clues from a trailer that was intentionally cryptic. Is Capcom preparing us for the unthinkable? Or are they orchestrating one of the biggest misdirections in gaming history? The silence is a powerful tool, and they are wielding it with absolute precision. Every day that passes without a definitive statement about Leon's role in the game, the theories become more elaborate, and the community's concern grows deeper. We are all trapped in this limbo, eagerly awaiting any scrap of information that could shed light on the fate of one of gaming's most iconic heroes. The fan community has truly gone into overdrive trying to solve this mystery, and it's fascinating to watch. Forums, social media, and video platforms are flooded with frame-by-frame analyses of the trailer, with fans desperately searching for any clue that might hint at Leon's destiny. The theory of his sacrifice is the one that has gained the most traction, and the reasons for this are deeply rooted in his character arc. Leon has always been a survivor, but he has also carried the immense weight of the horrors he has witnessed. He has saved countless lives, but at great personal cost. A heroic sacrifice would be a fitting, albeit tragic, conclusion to his story. The concern for Leon is palpable within the community. He isn't just a collection of pixels, he's a character many of us have grown up with. We followed him from his first terrifying night in Raccoon City in Resident Evil 2. We helped him rescue the president's daughter in Resident Evil 4, and we saw him grapple with his duty and his trauma in Resident Evil 6. His journey is our journey. The thought of losing him feels like losing an old friend, and this emotional connection is what makes the current uncertainty so incredibly potent. Fans are worried because they care, and Capcom knows this better than anyone else. Beyond the sacrifice theory, other ideas have started to emerge. Some believe that Leon might not be a playable character, but will instead serve as a mentor figure, passing the torch to a new generation of heroes. This would allow him to remain in the series, while gracefully stepping back from the front lines. Another darker theory suggests that Leon could become infected, forcing players to confront a twisted version of the hero they once admired. This would be a truly shocking twist, turning a beloved protagonist into the very thing he has spent his entire life fighting against. The possibilities are endless, and each one carries its own dramatic weight. Ultimately, the fan theories, the debates, and the endless discussions all stem from a place of passion. Players are so invested in this world and its characters that they cannot simply wait for the game to be released. They need to engage with the mystery, to try and piece together the puzzle that Capcom has laid out before them. This collective effort to uncover the truth is a testament to the enduring legacy of the Resident Evil series. It proves that after nearly 30 years, these stories can still captivate our imaginations and make us care deeply about what happens next. The frenzy is a sign of a healthy, dedicated, and justifiably worried fan base. So, why the secrecy? Why would Capcom deliberately stoke these fears about Leon's fate instead of just giving us a straight answer? The reason is simple, but brilliant marketing. Nothing generates buzz and keeps a game in the public consciousness quite like a good mystery. By keeping Leon's role under wraps, Capcom has ensured that everyone is talking about Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Every new fan theory, every debate, and every article written about this topic is essentially free advertising for the game. It creates a sustained level of hype that a straightforward reveal could never hope to achieve. This is a masterclass in building anticipation for a major release. Think about it from a narrative perspective as well. The potential death of a major character is one of the most powerful storytelling tools available. If Capcom were to confirm Leon's fate before the game's release, it would completely remove the suspense and emotional impact of that moment, when we finally experience it for ourselves. The uncertainty is what makes the story so compelling right now. We are all on the edge of our seats, waiting to see if our worst fears will be realized. Revealing the outcome now would be like reading the last page of a thrilling book first. It would spoil the entire journey. Capcom is protecting the player experience by preserving its biggest secrets. This strategy also allows Capcom to manage expectations and gauge fan reactions. They are watching the discussions online, seeing what theories resonate the most with the community. This feedback, while unlikely to change the core story at this late stage, provides valuable insight into what players want from the franchise. It helps them understand the emotional connection the audience has with these characters, which can inform the marketing campaign and even the development of future titles. They are not just being secretive, they are actively engaging with their audience's speculation in a very indirect but powerful way. It's a calculated and intelligent part of their overall launch strategy. So what will really happen to Leon S. Kennedy? Will he make a heroic last stand in the ruins of Raccoon City? Will he pass the torch to a new hero? Or is this all an elaborate misdirection, and he will emerge once again to save the day? Right now, only the developers at Capcom know the truth. They have crafted a compelling mystery, and have invited us all to try and solve it. The anticipation is part of the fun, a shared experience for the entire community before the game even lands in our hands. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. What do you think is going on? Let me know your own theories in the comments below.